I call Alistair Scott.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. In responding to Dr Clark's comments and his reasons to perhaps postpone the passing of this bill as far as, and meaning handwriting is some sort of impediment to slow the progress of this bill down, just demonstrates his attitude to what is simply work. If it's too hard, just don't do it. I suspect that is his attitude to work. If it's too hard, don't do it. Mr Speaker, this bill will pass whether it needs to be, some articles need to be handwritten or not. Mr Speaker, this bill is around gathering information, relevant information, and Mr Speaker, the information that relates to people owning their own homes is not relevant. It is not relevant, Mr Speaker. We are after real information on who is buying and selling property with a view to making profit. This bill is supporting what is already legislation which is about taxing people who buy a property with the intention to sell for a profit. That's all it's doing, but it's gathering this bill is the gathering of the information. So what we're going to end up, Mr Speaker, is with real information, real facts, real numbers around who is buying and selling property in New Zealand. It's not going to be made up. It's not going to be created or being sought from a friendly real estate agent. It's not going to be statistically incorrect, as Mr Twyford that's Mr Twyford's plan to gather information. Just make it up. Ask a friendly real estate agent and blame the Chinese for housing speculation. Anyone with a Chinese name. And this is, Mr Speaker, this bill allows us to gather real data so that we can make informed decisions and reinforce the existing legislation around around taxing property speculation fairly. Mr Speaker, this is a part of a suite of legislation which exempts the family home. There's simply no point in gathering information regarding a family home given that the family home is an exemption to the taxation rules. Mr Speaker, this is a very good part of a comprehensive suite of legislation dealing with offshore ownership of property, and I commend it to the House.